Hi there, this is Kate with ThirdHome. If you're watching this video, that means your property has been approved. You can now start adding weeks, earning keys, and booking outbound trips. But before you start searching our site for properties, it is super important to watch this video until the end. Since ThirdHome is not a rental platform like Airbnb or a hotel chain, how you navigate our site and book properties is very unique. So what I'm going to show you in this video is exactly how to search our site for the best properties, how to set various filters, how to set up saved searches, how to know available dates and booking fees, what keyless properties are, what our cancellation policy is, and so many other things. Our happiest members know how to use our site with confidence and how to search for properties the right way. So make sure you send everyone on your account, your spouse or adult children, a link to this video. Okay, let's get started. To log in, go to exchange.thirdhome.com. It's super important to be logged in, or else really important information like available dates will not appear. You know you're logged in when you see your name in the top right corner. Then to start searching, click Browse in the menu. And the first thing I suggest is always make sure this box is checked that says only show properties with availability. There's a lot of information on this main search page, but these are what we call property cards. This just shows you a bird's eye view of all properties that are available. This changes daily because once a property is booked up, it disappears, but new properties come in every day. In fact, about 2,000 new weeks come available every single month. Some important information that's on each property card. The bottom left corner is going to show you the number of bedrooms. This middle number is the number of guests it can accommodate. I love this. If you hover over this calendar icon, you can see the available dates and the keys needed to book this property at a glance. So if you're wondering why each property card has a key range like 2 to 6, 3 to 12, or 4 to 16, it's because every property, including your own, has off-season weeks, peak weeks, and super peak weeks like holidays. So depending on the week and season, the number of keys needed to book this property will vary. When you want to know more about a property, click on the property card here, and this will take you to the property page. At the top of every property page, there's a photo gallery you can click through, followed by a detailed written description. But the most important part is this section here, titled Availability. Here you will find the available dates listed, the number of keys needed to book the stay, and what the flat rate booking fee is. Friendly reminder that at ThirdHome, you never pay a nightly rental rate. You just pay this flat rate booking fee all in for the 7-night stay. That's why our members love ThirdHome. You can book this stunning waterfront property in Australia for an entire week for less than it would cost per night if you were to rent the same property through a rental platform. When you're ready to book a stay, all you do is click this blue button here and follow the prompts. A couple of details to know. Do you see on this property has a couple of regular weeks and then it has one called keyless? What keyless is a stay that's coming up in the next 60 days is that instead of this being 6 keys, it drops to 0. And I'm going to show you in a minute how to find more of these. And it's not unusual to see different key values for different weeks depending on the season. And a quick note, if your property is ever on sale or keyless, you will still receive the full key value. But do you see where this says 24-hour hold? ThirdHome properties go lightning fast. If you see a property on Monday that you love, if you wait till Wednesday, it could very well get booked by another member. So what you can do is put a 24-hour hold on this property. There is a $100 fee, but if you end up booking the property, the $100 is reduced from the booking fee. Another thing to note is that most ThirdHome stays are good for a 7-night stay, but you can actually come and go anytime during that time frame that you wish. So if you can only get away for a long weekend, a lot of ThirdHome members just book our stays for a 2 or 3 night stay. The booking fee is still the same, but it's still a really great deal either way. One last thing to know, the majority of our properties do not have any additional fees, but many resorts have separate resort fees paid to them to access on-site amenities. Other properties have optional fees like a heated pool, a private chef, or golf access. So always scroll down and read this section here called Property Details. If there are ever any additional fees, they would be listed here. Now I want to show you how to conduct searches. You may remember me saying in my previous video how important it is to keep your destinations broad and or your travel dates flexible. There are several easy ways to do that. First, anytime you want to start searching properties, click here, Browse. My favorite way to search properties is using our map view. So see this button here that says View, change this to Map. This shows you a bird's eye view of the entire world and all the properties that are available. So what these numbers are, if you scroll in and zoom in, anytime you see a number, that means there's 16 properties in that spot of Italy, or there's 12 properties here. So let's just keep scrolling in until we get a little bit closer. And let's see what's this on this island. And when you get to a little blue dot, you can click on that dot and a little blurb about the property will appear. And you can hover again over the calendar to see the dates and the keys needed. And if this property looks interesting, click on this image and it'll take you to the property page. And then you can book the stay from there. To get out of map view, come up here and click Browse again. The next best broad way to search is to enter a date. So let's say you have kiddos in school and you're looking for spring break and you only have, let's say, this third week of March to work with. My advice is not to plug in this entire week. And here's why, because if you plug in the 16th to the 22nd, this is going to pull stays that end on the 16th, and this is going to pull stays that start on the 22nd, which may not be a perfect match. But if you just put in the 3 days in the middle of the week, it'll actually produce a more accurate result. So let's just put in these 3 dates. And then you'll see a bunch of properties that are available already on that week. So solely searching by date is one great way to search. If you do add a destination, my advice is to keep it broad. So instead of typing in Aspen, Colorado, I would type in Olive, Colorado, so you can see what's available in the entire state. If you ever want to travel to a very specific location, you can set up saved searches, and then you would be notified by email and text message whenever a brand new week that meets certain criteria comes into the club. So for example, let's say you really want to go to London. So you can either just leave it open and just be notified when London properties come into the club, or you can add a date. But most importantly, click this button here. When it turns gold, it'll set up a saved search, and you will receive an email and a text message whenever a property comes into the club that's in London. This should not be your primary way that you book properties through ThirdHome, but this does provide a backup option. Remember I mentioned earlier in this video that there are properties that don't need any keys to reserve. You only pay the booking fee. Well, those are found here where it says keyless stays. So click on this button. And there are literally hundreds of properties that are keyless. A couple of fun ways to sort these. Do you see here where it says recently added? Change this to keys high to low. And this will sort and show you, like, this property in Florence, Italy originally was 14 keys and now is keyless. Or this beautiful property in Canada, New York, Vail, Colorado, and on, you only pay the booking fee. You can also use the map view and search for these by map. Friendly reminder that keyless stays are all properties whose available dates are coming up in the next 60 days. A really helpful tool on our site is this button that says filters. Let's say you need to bring your pet along with you. You might want to choose pet-friendly properties here. Or if you really love resort stays, you can choose to sort by resorts. And also, let's say you only have 4 keys on your account. You might want to change this to 1 to 4, so you only see properties that are up to 4 keys. So if you know these basic filters I just showed you, you will always find fantastic stays on ThirdHome. So something kind of fun I want to show you real quick is that if you click on the home page and scroll down a little bit to this section called Member Activity, you can see all the properties that have been booked just in the last few minutes. So literally while I'm filming this video, there was a property booked in Vail, Colorado, Madrid, Spain, Breckenridge, Colorado. Let's see, Bald Head Island, North Carolina, Seaside, Oregon, and even Cabo San Lucas. Now I'm going to answer some commonly asked questions. What are the minimum requirements to stay active with ThirdHome? Members must pay the $295 annual membership fee, but it's waived your first year. You must add 2 qualifying weeks into the club, but no more than 5 your first year, and then add 1 qualifying week every year afterwards. How do I add weeks and earn keys? Log in to our site and go to your dashboard. Here you will find a calendar with every week in the future that's assigned to your specific property location. Note the chart at the top of the page. This will show you in gray the basic in-season weeks that will give you a base key value. For example, this property's base key value is 2. The blue weeks are peak weeks and give you double your base key value. And the peachy colored weeks are super peak weeks and give you triple your base key value. As long as you add one of these color-coded in-season weeks and the week is more than 90 days out, you will earn those keys up front and you can start booking outbound trips right away. And if the week you add comes and goes and isn't booked by a ThirdHome member, you are never penalized. If you choose a white week or the week is less than 90 days out, in those 2 cases, you will only earn keys if and when the week is booked by a ThirdHome member. One last thing to note, to get credit for super peak weeks, the entire stay does not have to be orange. As long as 1 full day, not a check-in or a check-out day, is part of the stay, you'll get credit for the highest key value. For example, this week here is super peak and this week is peak. But as long as I include this day as part of the stay, you see it's giving me super peak key value. And this rule applies to every week throughout the year. Once your added week is booked by a ThirdHome member, it must be honored and cannot be canceled. Do keys expire? And what do I do if I run low on keys? Keys expire 2 years from the check-in date. If you run low on keys, you can simply add another week from your property and earn more keys. Can I book trips for other people? Because ThirdHome is a private club with screened members, you cannot book stays for friends, family members, or colleagues. You can only book stays for your adult children aged 25 or older. Of course, your friends and family members can join you on trips. You just can't book trips for them. After I book a trip, then what? First, you will always receive a confirmation email from ThirdHome with the name, address, and contact information of the host. Before you book your airfare, always text the host, introduce yourself, and just verify that they are aware of the reservation and they did not overlook their confirmation email. If you need to reach an international host, you can use the free texting app called WhatsApp. What's ThirdHome's cancellation policy? Because ThirdHome members are able to book properties for such a small fee, our cancellation policy is pretty strict. If you need to cancel a trip, first, we encourage you to reach out to the host to see if they can reschedule you for a future date. If that's not an option, we will relist your property and put it back into the club. If and when it's rebooked by another member, you will get a refund on your keys and half back of your booking fee in the form of a monetary credit posted to your account to use on a future trip. The exception to this rule is in the event of a natural disaster or force majeure, then of course you will receive a full refund of both your keys and fees. When I book a stay, do I pay a cleaning fee? When you have a member stay at your property and you are the host, you will cover the cleaning, but when you take an outbound trip, you will never pay a cleaning fee. Again, the host covers the cleaning, but you won't pay the cleaning when you are a guest, except if daily or mid-stay cleaning is offered. Our number one rule for all members is treat others the way you want to be treated. Guests should leave a home in the same pristine condition it was found upon arrival. Remember, you are a guest in someone's home as if you are visiting a friend's house. It is never a home to throw a party or leave messy. Hosts should communicate with the guests about check-in instructions and any other important information related to the property. Essentially, all members should treat others with the same respect and care you'd expect yourself. ThirdHome has over 15,000 five-star reviews and dozens of articles in nationally acclaimed publications, thanks to our community of like-minded world travelers. Well, thanks for sticking with me until the end. Hopefully, I've answered a ton of your questions, and now you have a ton of confidence on how to navigate our site successfully. If you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to reach out to your member experience representative, and we look forward to helping you book some fantastic stays worldwide. Okay, bye.